play the week before, and to come back and have those type of outcome changing performances. Well, it was pretty neat, Same with Peyton Ennis on the big kickoff return. He it's so fun to watch because he rated all the way through the finish line. So it was fun.
So one of the things that I've really keyed in on here in the last couple 3 weeks, and it came to fruition last week, and in the Moscow game previous, the physicality of the football team, especially of the defense, really starts to wear on the opposing offense and the opposing quarterback. If he's a running guy like the gentleman last week, yeah, he had some big plays, but he was pretty much spent before the game was done, and I thought that your defense and your physicality on him had a lot to do with that.
We talk about that a lot, and a good defense has that mentality. And we felt like in the last couple of years, I go back to Ted because he's played every snap since I've been here other than being hurt. And, he was part of that first Hillcrest year where we weren't very physical. We just weren't showed on film. Just the leadership of our players, Isaac Webb.
See, I'm not going to go out and play in the rain if it's 40 degrees.
The guys in the box that are taking great pride. And they took great pride in the weight room long before that game Friday night. They took pride in the weight room all off season to create that. So it's not like this just happened. And that's what I keep saying about this. Isn't surprising if you know the players out there. The amount of guys we had that were in the weight room over 90% this summer are the guys we keep talking about, and they put in the price. But part of putting in all that time in the weight room is buy-in as well. They don't see failure as an option. They don't, when it's 4th and 1.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you think, Jay? I mean, you're the one who's got
the player
on the field. It's at practice all the time.
We'll see what happens, and we've
Just got to take care of the ball.
We've been trying to bring
Yeah.
that out all year.
Oh, without a doubt.
Obviously, we've had some close games and games that could have gone either way, and I'd like to think that that's a little bit more edge.
Yeah.
Well, you think you talk about that 4th and 1 play. I don't know about you. We were pretty surprised, even with the success they have running the ball, but that was an interesting time to lay it on the line and go for it. With,
I think
the worst if you probably punished it during the overtime.
Right, and I was a little bit surprised.
Matt Ellis says you coached him when he.
Until after
He's our IT guy. He's the one who helped set me up this fancy internet system that I have.
Both those things, like you say, they needed 1 yard. They were averaging 3.5 yards a carry. So and you can't see what happened with your eye. I didn't see what happened until I watched the film. And of all people out there, he's standing in front of number 77, and he comes up probably to his belly button, and gives up probably 150 pounds on the guy. I know everyone was watching it all game. Their line walks.
So win, lose, or draw, I'll go down after the game tonight. It won't matter. So I'll go down
and makes contact
words from coach
in the backfield on that play, and that's when the defense just engulfed, the ball carrier and made that stop. But Blake Sherrill coming up with a play like that at the end of the game, just another individual performance that. Dang, that's a guy that's worked his butt off and deserves everything he gets.
You think they have more who are going to play? I don't think so.
Stop and field goal and everything that happened last week leads to the game we've got coming up tonight. Moscow obviously had a pretty easy time of it with Jerome. Based on the film, Redinger more healthy. Just they overwhelmed them with talent. How do you assess what you saw on film from Moscow last week?
Yeah, Moscow ran the ball. They ran for over 300 yards, and they used their outside zone and their counter to just really matriculate down the field on them, and then use their screen game, which is so potent. With number 3, Jonah Ellis, he had 2 really big plays in screen games, and when he gets going, he makes you pay. It's typical Moscow. I mean, they are a well-polished team. They know what they do, and they click. And quarterback's fine. Quarterback's fine. He's a good player, and he knows how to run the offense. Like I say, they have a system. defensively.
You guys looking pretty good coming into the game?
Awesome. Washington Trust Bank, member FDIC. The Dairy Depot is open 24 hours a day to serve you. Phone your orders in ahead at 263-9136, and your hot food item or favorite beverage and snacks will be ready for you at the drive-thru window. On the Dover Highway in Sandpoint, the Dairy Depot. Family owned and operated and proudly serving the greater Bonner and Montgomery County area since 1975, Woods Crushing and Hauling is your one-stop for rock products, asphalt paving and concrete, plus excavation and site work. No matter what your home or business project needs, from highway to driveway, Woods has the materials and over 45 years of experience to get your job done right. Woods Crushing and Hauling, your local resource for rock, asphalt, and concrete. Call today, 208-263-4800.
For all your shopping needs, the place to go is Yolk's Fresh Market in Monterey. They've got it all under one roof. An in-store bakery and deli, a meat department with certified Hereford beef and fresh seafood, a truly fresh produce department, your own in-house pharmacy, general everyday items, vehicle, a floral department, Nature's Corner, a quality, natural, organic food section. Yolk's is part of your life and part of our community. Yolk's Fresh Market.
Here we are back at Barlow Stadium, War Memorial Field on KSPT and Rock 103 as we get set for kickoff. Starting lineups being announced. We'll have the toss of the coin here in just a moment, and we're joined by Jay Vandenberg. Jay, Bulldog Hall of Famer, former Bulldog quarterback. Well, your thoughts coming into this contest tonight?
Well, I tell you, you cannot overlook the fact that these two teams played just a few weeks ago, Chris, and what a great game. First half was, Moscow kind of just, they were up 6-0 to go into halftime, but, the Bulldogs offense really got going in the second half. That offensive explosion, I know Coach Thielbard was hoping for it, and it finally came to fruition. Cody Newhart, the sophomore wide receiver, had a huge game, and Parker Pettit as well. So again, both teams really familiar.
Yep.
And they're coming in, and I just really think that Coach Knowles and what he has done with this team, from the beginning of the season to where they are now, has really, you see the improvement every week.
Yeah.
Especially we start up front. The defense has done its job. The defense has done a really, really good job all season long. It's that offense has kind of slowed them down. But again, the last couple of weeks, they've really done a great job. Obviously the Snow Bowl in Lakeland, there wasn't a whole lot of offense there, but it's really going to come down to that. The Bulldogs are going to have to put some points on the board. Moss was coming in here after a pretty easy win last week against Jerome. We had a battle. We had a battle against Hillcrest, and we were able to come out on top. So, I'm excited, and I know the Coach Knowles is excited. Just talking to the coaches, they really feel confident that our kids are peaking at the right time. So it's going to be a heck of a game tonight.
Well, that's part of, it's the one thing about having so many young guys on the team and sophomores, by now, they're not just sophomores anymore. They're football players because they've gone through the entirety of the season, and we're in the playoffs. And, really, if you think about it, the way this whole season shaped out and with the max preps thing, the Bulldogs knew they had to win those 2 league games. Coach talked about it to me, off mic before the Moscow game. He's like, we don't have any room for margin for error. So, really, for Sandpoint, they've been playing playoff football now for 3 straight weeks.
No, absolutely, Chris. You can't, the whole max prep thing. It's kind of a side deal where we really were not. We had a tough schedule with the 5A schools, so our record didn't help us out. One win against Lake City and a few losses, and Moscow and Lakeland have with the common opponent in Lewis, and kind of put us our backs up against the wall. So at the end of the day, if we lose either one of those games, we're probably out of that 16 seed and getting into the playoffs. So, but they got it done, and hey, we're hosting our second playoff game, which I think this is the 4th time that we've moved on in the playoffs since the playoff system was originated. So this is great football. This is a great team that's come a long ways. I think if you were to talk to the coaches and if they thought they would be here at the beginning of the season, what a success.
Yes, no doubt. To win league, to win a playoff game, to host 2 weeks in a row. It couldn't have gone better. We'll see how tonight goes, and if the season continues, it's time for your Interstate Concrete kickoff. The Rumble of Interstate Concrete Chups have been around Sandpoint for more than 30 years, and the kick comes all the way down and is taken at the 5-yard line, and it is a return across the 20 and out to the 22, and that is Lane Hansen, who didn't play in the last game due to a concussion. So Moscow receives the ball there on offense first, going from right to left across your radio dial towards the northern end of Barlow Stadium, War Memorial Field. Glad you're along with us here on KSBT in Sandpoint and Rock 103 in Kootenai. Also online at NorthIdahoRadio.com and Rock103FM.com for at least this week. As we get closer to, as the weeks go on, the online portion might go away because of broadcasting rights, but we'll be on your radio from here till the end. So we come out now with Chad Redinger. Redinger hands it, and it's a run around the end and a nice play out there by the Bulldogs. Great defense for Sandpoint as they try to get it to their speedy Lane Hansen, and Trevin Adams, is all over it.
Boy, he did a great job of just stringing it out. He came up and filled in nicely. The defensive end held his ground, and he comes over it and really just slows that running back down. And that, he's coming all the way from the slot wide receiver on the far side of the field, and a great job right there by that Bulldog defense.
So that's a loss of 4. It's going to be 2nd down and 14 for Redinger and the Moscow Bears as they are back inside the 20. Slant pass thrown and dropped. Trying to get it to Jonah Ellis. It was right in Ellis's hands. He had the ball and room to run. Probably Jay would have had a 1st down, but couldn't come up with it, and it's 3rd and long.
Yeah, Elijah Larson's on the island over there. They got 3 receivers opposite of him, Chris, and Jonah Ellis is their go-to guy, and Elijah's giving up the inside, and it's a quick read for the quarterback, just a quick slant. He can get leverage to the inside, and the ball really well thrown, but Ellis just doesn't see the ball all the way in, and incomplete pass. So good job right there for the Bulldogs. Big break.
3rd and long. Bulldog crowd trying to make as much noise as they can. Redinger rolling out, looking, trying to find someone to throw. Now he does. Throws it deep. It is almost intercepted. Incomplete at the 50-yard line, just about the 47. Nice coverage out there by
Cox.
The Bulldogs. Garrett Cox, who ran in. It looked like he was running into defensive end. but taking that back out of the backfield on a wheel route, it looked like, Jay, and he'll stay in and return this punt, and a nice opening possession for the Bulldog D.
Yeah, Garrett Cox is a KG football player, Chris, and and as the season's kind of progressed, he's a kid that you got to have on the field, especially in the play when you get to the playoffs, Chris. He's just a tough kid, smart football player, and again, he's getting a lot more looks here the last few weeks when the games are on the line.
So Jonah Ellis is set to kick it away. He's standing out at the 5-yard line. Cox at his 45. So Bulldogs should get pretty good field position out of this. Nearly blocked. It's a high short kick that's going to bounce. Take a Bulldog bounce at the 45-yard line. So great field possession for the Bulldogs when they start their opening possession. This so far non-scoring update just a minute into this ball game brought to you by the Dairy Depot. Glad to have the Dairy Depot along for scoring updates. It's the place to go for anything you need 24/7. Food, beverages, gas. They've got it all at the Dairy Depot.
Yeah, absolutely. What a great break there. I mean, the Bulldog was really, the punt took a long time to get off.
Yep.
Boy, if a Bulldog sails out there, I didn't catch the number, he sails out, man, that could have been a huge play and a block. But, the ball comes down, the Bulldogs start their first series in Bears territory.
So the Bulldogs have it at the 45 with 4 wides, and Garrett Cox standing right next to Parker Pettit. Ari Vandenberg far to the near side. And there's a handoff to Cox, who's got some room, some nice blocking to the outside. He's got a hole inside the 40. He's down to the 36-yard line. Gain of 9 on first down. 2nd and 1 coming for the Bulldogs.
Boy, great job of just blocking out to the outside. Tag Vanderfield leading the way. They're just kind of able to seal the edge there and allow Cox to get to the outside, Chris. And again, good blocking there by Vandenberg and Max Theobard allow Cox some good yardage on that first down play.
So here we go on 2nd and short. Bulldogs look over to the sideline after a few Pettit claps now. Cox stands to the left and then shifts back to the right of Parker Pettit. Theobar in the slot as well as Larson on the far side. It's Cody Newhart on the near side, and the Bulldogs on 3rd and short throw the receiver screen. It's taken by Elijah Larson. He's got first down yardage inside the 30 down to the 29, and then Moscow players jump on top of the pile, but they never manage to bring Larson down. They'll mark his forward progress stopped inside the 27 probably, it looks like, about the 28-yard line maybe. So it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs there.
Boy, just a nice little roll out to the right, throw it back to the backside to Elijah Larson. He's got some good blocking up front, Chris, and he does a good job picking it 6 or 7 yards up on that wide screen.
Bulldogs looking to get on the board first. Inside Moscow's 30. Glad you're along with us. KSPT, Rock 103. It's Bulldog football. They handed to Larson on the end around, and he has nowhere to go. He's going to be stuffed in the backfield for a couple yards loss. Moscow all over that one. 2nd and about 11 coming up.
Boy, yeah, just basically no read option there. That play was designed to go to Larson, who's at the H-back coming across trying to get to the corner there. But the Moscow Bears not fooled, Chris. But, that trap play coming back on, they're setting up there because it was wide open to the left side on that second handoff.
So 2nd down, just about 12 as well. They'll mark it as it's back outside the 30-yard line here on 2nd down. Bulldogs need to get to the 18. 9 minutes. Bulldogs first possession remaining here in this first quarter. Big rush, and there's room for Pettit as he steps away from it. Gets inside the 25, down to the 20. He gains 10. It's going to be 3rd down and a long one here as the Bulldogs continue this drive.
Yeah, boy, it looks like almost a design draw, Chris. There as Pettit gets a good snap from Max Knight. Goes back, looks downfield, but sees a little bit of pressure coming off that right side. And, boy, he just tucks it down and is able to make a couple Moscow Bears miss and then pick up a big gain there for 10 yards.
So 3rd and 2, we'll call it. Short 2. Cox right behind Pettit here on this 3rd down. Bulldogs receivers in a bunch on the near side. Pettit hands it off. Garrett Cox finds room up the middle. He's got the first down. He's almost to the 15. They'll mark him down about the 16. So the Bulldogs move the chains again. 1st and 10 as they get inside the 20-yard line.
Boy, it's really like to see that offensive line really handle that defensive front. Hey, we just need a couple yards here to pick up that first down. Man on man, they're able to hold their ground, not give up that line of scrimmage, Chris, and Garrett Cox just lowers his shoulders, picks up 4.
Well, it's nice to know you can run when you need to, and the Bulldogs did there and continue this drive. 1st down, looking to get on the board first here. First quarter action in the state playoffs. For a quarterfinal action, winner next week will take on either Skyline or Napa. Pettit throws a shovel pass to Cox. Cox looking to the outside to use his speed, and he's going to be knocked down at about the line of scrimmage. And a nice job coming up from the secondary there to read that for Moscow. Number 4 for the Bears. Nice job there for Jamari Simpson.
Yeah, again, just a little bit better blocking there by the receivers downfield, Chris. But that play takes a little time, so it's a little harder for those receivers to hold those blocks as long as they had to. But it looked like there was something there. But, boy, Simpson was able to get off his block and come up and make a nice tackle. No gain.
So 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs. Inside the 20-yard line. Braden Kappen in now at tailback. 3 wides to the near side. Cody Newhart on his own. Left side, short side of the field for the Bulldogs. They throw the wide receiver screen again to Elijah Larson. This one too low, and it's going to be a completed pass, but only about a 2-yard gain to near the 15-yard line.
Boy, that ball, that looked like that had a good potential to have a big gain there, Chris. But, Parker Pettit, it's a quick throw, Chris, and he doesn't quite get the laces on there, and the ball just comes out low. And great catch there by Elijah Larson to go down low. But that ball's got to be thrown to the chest. That could have been a big play for the Bulldogs.
So 3rd and 9 for the Bulldogs after the gain of 1. Pettit claps the hands, drops, looks, throws. He's got Thielbar, who catches it and dives to the 1. Another spectacular catch for Max Thielbar, who juggled it for a moment. Pass a little low, but it's a 1st and goal for Sandpoint with the gain down to the 1-yard line.
Boy, yeah, Vandenberg got out wide, and Thielbar lined up in that slot, Chris, and just Vandenberg runs the corner off deep. Allows Thielbar just a little 5-yard out pattern. The ball pretty well thrown. I mean, he had to reach out for it a little bit, Chris, but, he looked like he wasn't going to pull that in, but he was able to hold on to it, and the Bulldogs looking to put the first points on the board.
So they'll mark him at the 3, about 2.5, I guess, where the knee went down. So here we go, 1st and goal, Bulldogs. Cox, sort of an I formation out of the pistol, right behind Parker Pettit. Hand to to Cox. Cox driving forward. Looks like he's going to come up just short of the goal line. Actually, they're going to say his forward progress was stopped before he managed to break the plane. So 2nd and goal, about the half-yard line. Bulldogs right to the line of scrimmage quickly. So Bulldogs, 2nd and goal. Pettit under center this time, and they're just going to quarterback sneak it ahead. Pettit looks in.
He's in.
He is in. Sandpoint, 6-0 on the board first. 5:23 left here in the first quarter of play. Bulldog defense holds, offense scores, just like you draw it up if you're Coach Knowles.
Yeah, exactly. Quick 3 and out against the Bears. The defense does their job. The Bulldogs get short to field, Chris, at the 45-yard line to start this drive. And boy, just a nice little mix of run and pass, Chris, to get him down to the goal line. And then, hey, you don't see the Pettit under center that much during the season, but just the quarterback dive, and he was able to use his strength to get in.
Extra point up and good by Christopherson. Bulldogs lead it 7-0. 5:23 left first quarter. We'll be back on KSPT and Rock 103 after this.
Chevrolet serving the greater Sandpoint area. Taylor & Sons shops the competition each and every day in both our sales and service departments. What we strive for is transparency for our customers. I hate to say it, but right now a lot of North Idaho residents are looking for the best price on a set of quality winter tires. Taylor & Sons is the premier. Taylor & Sons will refund the difference. In addition to the price match guarantee, Taylor & Sons is offering up to a $100 mail-in rebate on select brands of tires now through November 30th. All of the work is performed in our clean, state-of-the-art facility. You can view all of our current service specials online at tschevy.com. For guest-focused service, a world-class facility, and value for your money. It's Taylor & Sons Chevrolet.
And we're back here on KSPT and Rock 103 as the Bulldogs get on the board first. And Ila Christopherson getting set to kick this one away. And back deep for Moscow, it's number 4. That's going to be Jabari Simpson and number 7, Lane Hansen. Kick comes to Hansen all the way inside the 5. He takes it about the 4. He heads up the middle looking for room. He's not going to find much. Gets across the 20, maybe to the 22. And that's where the Moscow Bears will take over.
Boy, nice deep kick there by Christopherson, Chris, and fielded right at the 5-yard line. And they tried to set up that middle wedge, but the Bulldogs are all right there. There's about 5 or 6 of them there to stop Hansen as he just lunges forward to pick up a couple extra yards. But a great coverage there on that kickoff team for the Bulldogs.
So Moscow now out of the huddle and up to the line. Their quarterback, Redinger. Out of the pistol, one back right next to him. Looks like that's number 44, Isaiah Murphy. They put a man in motion and hand it to Murphy. Murphy gets dragged down for no loss. Actually, no gain, a loss on the play from behind. It's 2nd down and 12. And if defensively you can make him go backwards on 1st down, that's pretty helpful, isn't it, Jay?
Boy, that is really helpful to put him in that 2nd and 3rd and long, Chris. But what a great tackle there by Isaac Webb, Chris. He gets off his block and is able to drag down Murphy for that 1-yard loss. Defense right now is playing very well.
So 2nd down coming up for Moscow. As they come up to the line, put a man in motion. That's Murphy. Fake it. Now they do. It's going to mark him all the way back inside the 15. So that's going to be 2nd and 20.
Now it's taking half the distance, but no, they were outside
gave him
the 20.
Yeah, they're outside the 20. Gave him the full boat. So 2nd and long, 21 for Moscow. As Redinger, again, man in motion. It's Ellis. They throw the receiver screen to the outside, and that's going to be a very short gain out to about the 15.
Boy, great job there by Elijah Larson. Chris just gets off his block and the quick screen. He's the man on coverage, Chris, and actually he just able to skip the block. Nobody picks him up, and he's able to just drop him there for minimal gain of 4 yards. Bulldogs sitting pretty here, 3rd and 17 as Moscow Bears look to heave it down the field.
3rd and 17 for Moscow. Bulldogs, if they can get a stop, are going to should get excellent field position again to start what would be their 2nd drive. Already up 7-0 here on KSBT and Rock 103. Crowd making a lot of noise. Back to pass. They throw the receiver screen. It's dropped. That time, we're dropping it is Simpson, and he was looking upfield before he caught it. And the Bears, so far, finding this is not Jerome this week.
No, it's not Jerome, Chris. And again, the Bulldogs just really kind of play the pass on that. They just have 3 down linemen, Chris. Double coverage on each side. They got 2 deep safeties, and then they tried to run that drag screen across the middle where there was a couple Bulldogs there. That play wasn't going anywhere, and the Bulldogs are going to get off the field again and get great field position on this next series.
So Jonah Ellis is back almost at his goal line. The snap comes. It's a good one. The kick is away. It's high and short again. It's going to hit at about the 50-yard line and roll past. And one of the Bulldogs, Luke McCorkle, did a great job of just diving down because that ball was in his area. And what a kick. That's going to be a net, about 48 yards or something like that for Moscow, something in that range. So the Bulldogs will take over at their own 47.
Yeah, he got a great roll off that kick, Chris. The ball really kind of lands right around that 42, 43-yard line. It takes a Moscow Bear favorable bounce. But again, the Bulldogs, I mean, really, if you're going to start near the 50-yard line every series,
you take it.
Yeah, we'll take it.
So here comes the Bulldog offense. Thielbar, Larson, Vandenberg on the far side, Cody Newhart on the near side. Bulldogs really didn't try to stretch the field on their last drive, just took it down, matriculated it. They handed off to Kappen in the backfield with all room to the outside. Flags fly as we had a block in the back or a hold on the far side. So Bulldogs going to set themselves back. Likely.
That's Elijah Larson there, just a little aggressive. He's got to let the receiver go. Let Kappen get to the outside. You don't want to go backwards, Chris, especially in a situation where you have the field advantage. You just got to play smart football. It's tough to block in open space, Chris. It always is, but you can't make those mental mistakes and hold on. And as the guy's trying to get away, let your running back make a move and get the corner.
Okay, so Bulldogs are going to be looking at 1st and 18 after the holding penalty. Each team with a hold on their last drive. 3 minutes left here, first quarter. Bulldogs leading at 7-0. The scoring update brought to you by Sun Rental, proudly supporting the Bulldogs since 1979. They're in everything under the sun. Sun Rental. High snap, but taken by Cap, and he goes up the middle. Pretty nice little gain, about 5. And that's where he'll end at the 43. So it's going to be second down now and about 14 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, again, just a simple dive pattern. That dive run off the right side, Chris, behind Durrell and Jensen, and he does a good job of picking up 4 yards.
So second down, and it's a short 14. As the ball is inside the 39-yard line. Pettit back, throwing. He's got a man. It's Newhart. He makes a move to the outside. He's got a first down. He continues on through a tackle and steps out of bounds about the 39. So the Bulldogs overcome in 2 plays the holding penalty, and they're back on the march.
Boy, just a great throw again. And, it's remarkable. Parker Pettit, the sophomore quarterback, it's tough getting that snap and then be able to throw that out there as quick as he does. But he got it out to Newhart, and Newhart's one-on-one and is able to beat the guy and pick up a nice gain. Big Bulldog first down.
Kappen now moves up to stand right next to Parker Pettit. Pettit fakes the handoff, keeps it, looking for some running room, tries to get to the outside. He's going to be dragged down at about the 36-yard line. Short gain, about 3. It's 2nd and 7.
Yeah, again, that's nice little read option there by Parker Pettit. Trying to, you'll see them usually give that ball over to Kappen, but at that time he sees the defensive end kind of smash down on it, and he keeps it. But a good job by the Moscow Bears linebackers to scrape over and stop him for just a 4-yard gain. Pettit looking at Theobar as the play comes in.
So Pettit now, handoff again to Kappen. Kappen's got room up the middle. Going to get another couple, 3 at least. He's inside the 35 down to the 32, where it's going to be now 3rd down and 3.
Yeah, again, just a quick dive up the middle for Kappen as the Bulldogs spread him out. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. That offensive line does a great job, open up, control that line of scrimmage, Chris, and allows Kappen to pick up positive yards.
So 3rd and 3. Bulldogs inside the 35 of Moscow. Second drive. We're closing in on the end of the first quarter. And the fake to Cox. Pitch to the outside is a completed pass for a first down for Cody Newhart, and a nice block by Elijah Larson. And a good job by Newhart just going inside of it and getting down to the 23-yard line.
Again, Newhart, his defender's about 10 yards off the ball. One lined up right over top of Elijah Larson, Chris, and it's a simple read. Coach Theobar sees it the whole way. He just swings it out to Newhart, and Newhart's able to he has a 10-yard start, and he's able to pick his way and pick up a huge first down there for the Bulldogs. Looks like we got a timeout on the play, Chris.
Yeah, we've got timeout on the field. We will keep it here with just 16 seconds left in this first quarter. Bulldogs leading 7-0.
Run the clock. The stats in the game tonight, and the Bulldogs trying to go up by a couple of scores with a first down now at the 23-yard line, now headed to the north end of Barlow Stadium War Memorial Field. Pettit puts Larson in motion.
hands it off to Garrett Cox, who's met in the backfield, but somehow steps away and turns something that was probably going to be a negative into no gain. It'll be second down and about 10.
Yeah, that play it was going nowhere. As the Moscow Bears not fooled, they were able to get off the line of scrimmage, Chris, and get somebody to make Cox go sideways, and he's able to fight his way back to the original line of scrimmage, Chris.
All right, so the Bulldogs are looking over now towards the sideline. The one detriment to going to the northern end and the ball being at the 30 is we got a pole right in front of us for part of the play. Pettit rolling to the near side, looking. He's got a man at steel bar. He catches it at the 20. He's on his feet to the 15. He's down inside the 14. That's going to be very close to a first down. It's going to be third down and about a half a yard, it looks like. And the Bulldog offense just keeps right on trucking.
Well, I tell you what, I like what they're doing with Pettit, Chris. Just a little simple rollout, and Vandenberg again running deep, pulling the defender out there, and they're sneaking Thielbar underneath there for that play, and almost picked up first down.
Well, the Bulldogs then tried to rush to the line of scrimmage and just get a free quick one, and they had a false start. So now instead of 3rd and a half, it's going to be 3rd and 5+. But the Bulldogs likely in 4-down territory here at about the 20-yard line, you would imagine, as
Absolutely.
the clock continues to roll with 10:45 left.
Yeah, Pettit just doesn't let everybody set, Chris, and you got to wait a second. Everybody's got to get set, but he tries to do the quick snap and procedure against the Bulldogs.
So back to pass Pettit here. He throws the screen pass to Cox, who's met in the backfield. Well, I don't know about 4-down territory when it's going to be 4th down now and about 7. But you're probably not kicking a 40-yard field goal, so I guess you pretty much don't have much choice.
Yeah, interesting call there again is, the Moscow Bears lined up, and they were able to beat the Bulldogs there at the line of scrimmage, and that little shuffle pass there, just a tough call there, and nowhere for Cox to run, and it looks like he might have even lost another yard.
Yep, 4th down and 8 for the Bulldogs. So let's see if they can pick up the first down, keep this drive alive with 9:55 left here in the first half of play. Pettit back, looking, throwing. He's got a man. It's caught all the way down inside the 10, actually about the 12, but that should be enough for a Bulldog first down and a gain of 11. Cody Newhart just goes down, plants the foot, sticks it to the outside. The ball's right there, and the Bulldogs have another first down.
Perfect throwing ball, Chris. And as Newhart's coming out of that break, the ball is put, high and away from the defender, and he does a great job of hauling that in, and a huge Bulldog first down.
So the Bulldogs have another first down at about the 11-yard line. And Moscow already depleted in numbers. Their defense has been on the field almost the entire first half. There's a pass to Elijah Larson. Larson is into the end zone for the touchdown. So the Bulldogs roll out 13-0 now with 9:23 left here in the first half of play. Bulldogs offense picking up where they left off in the second half last time against Moscow.
Boy, Pettit a perfect 10 for 10, Chris. He's really just throwing some darts there. That time, going away from Thielbar and hitting the H-back. Elijah Larson lines up inside. He just goes on a little 5-yard out pattern. Nobody picks him up, and he gets into the end zone.
Extra point is up, and it is good. Bulldogs up 14-0. We'll be back on KSPT and Rock 103 after this.
Extra point is up, and it is good. Bulldogs up 14-0. We'll be back on KSPT and Rock 103 after this.
We had a little taste of winter. Now it's time to get serious, and at the co-op, it's easy. We have just about everything you need to prepare for the season. In the clothing department, we in Ponderay, where neighbors have been helping neighbors since 1934. 208-263-6820.
Back on KSBT and Rock 103, the ensuing kickoff. Eli Christopherson set to kick it away. He squibs it down, takes a high bounce off a Bear. Then it is picked up at about the 30, and that's where this is going to come to an end at about the 31-yard line. And as Jonah Ellis picked it up.
Boy, that ball, a nice kick there. It took a funny hop there, and it just, the guy batted up in the air. But, Jonah Ellis, Division I football player heading to Utah State. He's able right there to pick it up, and the Bears get their best starting position here at the 30-yard line.
So Redinger and the offense are back out there for Moscow. Right at the 30-yard line. Headed towards the lake here on a Friday night. Man in motion is Ellis. Handoff to Ellis as he heads around the outside. And the Bulldogs miss a couple tackles, and Ellis breaks a couple more, and he's going to get about 7 or 8. And it's going to be 2nd down and 2 at about the 38-yard line.
Yeah, just Ellis, just a very good athlete, Chris, and he just takes that handoff and looks like Steiger had a chance to catch him right there about the line of scrimmage, but he goes down low and he just kind of sidesteps him and is able to get around the corner, and he picks up 7 yards. Their best offensive play so far.
So 2nd down and 3 as they mark him at the 37. Redinger standing at about the 32 to receive this snap, drops back and looks, throws, tries to get it to Ellis. It's incomplete, as hitting him as soon as he touched the football was Elijah Larson, and it's now going to be 3rd and 3.
Yeah, Elijah Larson, just defensive player of the year last year, Chris, and he is just that staple. We're really going to miss Elijah Larson and
no doubt
what he does at the corner position, Chris. He can take the main receiver out of the game, and what a good job of just understanding the route. Gets his hands up there, able to knock it out of his hands. Just an absolutely awesome play there by Elijah Larson.
Yeah, he's come a long way since they put him out there as a sophomore on an island. He's really matured, and we've got timeout on the field. Bulldogs will call it with 8:33 left. We'll keep it here and let you know that this scoring update is brought to you by Jalapenos Mexican Restaurant. For the finest Mexican food on 2nd Avenue in Sandpoint, now with a convenient pickup window. Bulldogs leading at 14-0, 8:33 left here in this first half of play. And interesting timeout from the Bulldogs' perspective. I guess if you can get a stop here, the way your offense is rolling, you could really start to, bring a little separation, because I'm pretty sure I venture a guess 14 ain't going to win it.
No, and again, the coach, the coaching staff is really, the defense has played so well, and they've just gotten better and better, and and that's the strength of our team, Chris, and they really come in with a really good game plan. They really think they can slow down this Moscow offense. That prevent defense and let them really just go down the field.
Yeah, at the end.
But really, the Bulldogs defense really dominated that game, 3 weeks ago.
So here we go on a 3rd down and 3. Redinger standing right beside him in the backfield. Lane Hansen, 4 wides, man in motion to the near side. That makes it 3 on the near side. Back to pass. Redinger throws. It is tipped and incomplete.
That's Wes Benefield, linebacker, dropping into his zone, Chris, and the ball. He's looking to get it to Ellis on a post pattern, Chris, and heads up play there by Wes Benefield, the sophomore. He gets his hand on the ball, tips almost. Looks like it was almost going to be completed there on the tip to the second receiver, the unintended receiver, but he's unable to hold on to it. The Bulldogs force another 3 and out here. Great start for this Bulldog D.
Yeah, this is about the point where you got to wonder if Moscow might be thinking that it's worthwhile to try and put up a fake here, because they have yet to stop the Bulldog offense. But it's going to be punted away. Cox trying to chase it down, and it rolls down and out of bounds. Great punt inside the Bulldog 25. But the Bulldog offense is back on the field as they lead at 14-0 with 8:21 left here in this first half. Don't forget, halftime coming your way, the Columbia Bank halftime show. We will have the Jalapeno stat page and Bob Whitty's interview with Jeff Gove from the Idaho Club. So we'll talk a little golf at halftime, which is a subject that is near and dear to my heart.
Yeah. Well, you played on Monday, Chris. I did. I was extremely jealous. he got around in there. But, hey, the first quarter so far, the Bulldogs doubling up. 20 offensive plays for the Bulldogs, 9 in 3 possessions for the Moscow Bears, Chris, and a great start for the Bulldogs.
And there's a fake to Kappen and a pitch to the outside. They throw it again on the wide receiver screen. Not much doing on this first down play to Cody Newhart. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 after a short gain of 2.
Yeah, short side of the field, Chris, and that time, Newhart, he gets a good block by Elijah Larson, but he's just unable to get to the outside as the guy who was guarding him was able to scrape over the top and stop him for just a short gain there.
So the Bulldogs now with 3 wides on the far side, the wide side of the field. Kappen at tailback. Hand to Kappen. Kappen up the middle, not much happening. In fact, he's going to lose one. So we're looking at a 3rd and 9. And the Bulldogs try that, delay trap thing, and Moscow's been pretty good on it so far.
Yeah, there's really the defensive front really here the last couple run plays, Chris, getting off the ball and really kind of doing some slant runs and able to get into the gaps and allow our running backs no room to run.
So Bulldogs now on 3rd down and 9. Pettit back to pass. Has time looking. Throwing. It is caught. And then out of bounds is Cody Newhart. Bulldogs want a penalty. They're not going to get it. It was close.
He was in bounds.
Yeah, I thought he was in bounds too. So it's 35-yard line. Good news for the Bulldogs. It's a 1st down, and Parker Pettit continues to be on fire.
On the money. That was, it looked like they had a guy underneath Newhart and a guy over the top, Chris, and he still is able to get that 10-yard out pattern, Chris, and the ball just perfectly thrown. Pettit off to a hot start.
So the Bulldogs are out to the 35 on 1st and 10. And this time Pettit's going to keep it and run, and he stumbles forward and is going to be knocked down at about the 39. So gain of 4, 2nd down and 6 as the clock moves inside. 7.5 minutes remaining in this first half. Glad you're along with us. It's state playoff action on North Idaho's radio, northidahoradio.com, Rock 103 and rock103fm.com. So you have no excuse to be checking it out with the limited number of fans, but a very loud crowd. And Jay, I don't want to drop the dime on anyone, but I could got more than 425 people in here.
Right.
Bulldogs fake the option as Pettit's just going to keep it wisely, fake the pitch, keeps it, runs across the 40, gets 2. So it's going to be 3rd down and about 4 now for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, the Bulldogs are just really in good spots here. 3rd and short again, Chris. Really kind of plays to the Bulldogs' favors. They really do have some great weapons out there on the outside, Chris. And, Newhart's already off to a great start like he did the last time around, Theobar and Elijah Larson. So look for the Bulldogs to, probably put this ball in the air on a little a quick hitch, pick up these 5 yards.
So 3rd down now. Defensive backs giving Bulldogs that 5-6 yards they need. They're going to throw the screen pass to Kappen, who is going to be hit in the backfield. And that ball floated up and had no chance whatsoever. And sometimes you just outsmart yourself, Jay.
Boy, yeah, you just go with what's working. And that time just, a tough play. They're trying to set up the running back screen out into the flat. And it really just goes nowhere. It's well defended by the Bears.
Defended well, and then the pass, Kappen had to sort of bat it to himself to catch it. So it ends up being a loss of about 5 on the play, maybe 6. And the Bulldogs, for the first time tonight, will have to punt it away. So we'll see Sherrill kick it deep to Lane Hansen. Hansen standing right around his 25-yard line, ready to receive this with 5:40 left in the first half. Snap is back. Kick is away. It's a low-line drive that is going to take a Bulldog bounce inside the 40 down to the 32-yard line, and that's where Moscow will take over at their own 32 with 5:25 left here in this first half of play. Bulldogs leading at 14-0.
Yeah, Bulldogs offense stalls out, Chris. I really, kind of a tough call there by Theobar, but obviously, he's seen that. It's worked in the past, Chris, going to the wide side of field with Cap and give him some space, some room to run out to the outside. But, they're able to pick up a 1st down on that drive and then punt it away. And the Moscow Bears, again, really have to go a long ways here to even to put some points on the board.
So Moscow comes out with their 3 wides. Ellis Tight at tight end, and it's Isaiah Murphy in the backfield, who now shifts to the short side of the field with Chad Redinger ready to take the snap. Hansen in motion. They fake it. They hand it off, this time to Murphy. Murphy tries to get to the outside. Straight arms a Bulldog, and then we're going to have a flag down right at no gain. We might have a face mask on the offense, possibly.
Well, he grabbed that face mask, Chris. Or holding, looks like. But yeah, he kind of grabbed that face mask a little bit. But a great job of was that Isaac Webb out there?
It was for the Bulldogs. It was no, Cody Steiger.
Cody Steiger.
Yeah, it was Steiger, number 15 for the Bulldogs, who did an awesome job and caused no gain. But the holding penalty is going to put Moscow behind the 8 ball again, back to the 22.
Yeah, anytime that stiff arm comes out, Chris, the defender, you got to take the arm away. You got to attack that arm, get it off, and Steiger does a great job of taking that arm away and then dragging him down for no gain.
So first and 20 now for Moscow, who's had long distance yardages on each drive. They hand it off to the outside, and not much doing, maybe 2. This time the ball goes to Leon Hutton, and the Bulldogs, much like if you handed the ball to E.F. Hutton, they were all there all over him.
Absolutely. Again, the Bulldogs, just their ability to hold the line of scrimmage, Chris, and allow the linebackers to get across and come up and make tackles and plays. A great team effort there by the Bulldogs defense.
So second down and 18 for the Moscow Bears. Redinger, he's got number 7 Hansen in the backfield with him. They fake the handoff, try to get it to Ellis again. It's incomplete, and it's now going to be third down and about 18. And another chance for the Bulldog defense to get off this field with another 3 and out.
Yeah, Redinger just not very sharp, Chris. Again, looks like Ellis is kind of open coming in that quick slant, but a lot of Bulldogs kind of in the middle of the field. Tough throw to make by the quarterback, but he just throws that ball probably through the only window he could see, and it was well out in front of that Ellis.
So third and long now for Redinger in the offense. Bulldogs ready to get a stop here if they can.
See if they can get some pressure here on Redinger.
Looks like they might be sending some pressure. They do. Redinger tries to get to the outside, manages to throw. It's incomplete. Again, trying to get it to Ellis, who was closely guarded by Garrett Cox that time. And with 4:11 left here in this first half of play, it's another punting situation for the Moscow Bears.
Boy, just a great job that time. Tag Benefield on the blitz, forces Redinger out of the pocket. I mean, good job by Redinger just to even escape that pass rush, Chris. But he forces out, and then he just tries to force a bullet into the intended receiver, and just a ball well overthrown. Redinger off a 1 for 8 start here to start this game. That Moscow Bear offense really struggling against this defense.
Well, let's see what happens now on the punting situation. Ellis kicks it. This one looks like it's going to be returnable for Garrett Cox, who goes all the way back to the 30, drops it, picks it up, makes a guy miss. He's to the 35, he's to the 40. Oh. He gets a block on the outside. He's still on his feet. They're going to call the Bulldogs for a blind side block.
Yeah, you just can't do that anymore, Chris.
Yep.
You just can't do that. That's going to be a 15-yarder there. But, hey, 5 years ago,
yep,
it's a great block.
Yeah.
Nowadays, it's all about safety. But Adam Buckholz does a good job. He peels back, and a nice block there allowed Cox to get up the sideline. But, yeah, you just can't do that anymore.
No, that's as simple as it is to call as possible. So the personal foul is going to go against the Bulldogs, and that'll mark them back. But still, 3:57 left. And the good news for the Bulldogs, they get the football, and if they can put together a drive, get a score, they're going to get the ball at the start of the second half.
Absolutely, Chris. And again, Adam Buckholz, you just got to understand the rules of the game now, Chris, and he could come there and just become a screen guy, right? Just kind of get there, stand up, kind of just protect yourself.
Be in the way.
Just be in the way, exactly. And but everybody wants that highlight block, right? So, yeah, an unfortunate mistake there by Adam Buckholz, but again, it's just a football play, and those you just aren't allowed to do those anymore.
Nope, this isn't crush time on NFL films anymore. So the Bulldogs now will start this drive back inside their 30 after the penalty at the 28-yard line. 3 minutes and 57 seconds left to the Columbia Bank halftime show. Back to pass Pettit. They look for those screen again, this time for Garrett Cox. And again, this is that's a play they need to put in the old freezer for a while, because it's another loss, maybe 1 yard loss, but Moscow's got that one figured out.
Yeah, again, going to the wide side of the field, really trying to get the running backs in space, Chris. And again, not that that's poor blocking to the outside. It just takes so long to happen, and it's really tough for the wide receivers to hold on to those blocks that long, and the Moscow Bears sniffed that out.
So 2nd down and 10. They actually gave him forward progress back to the original line of scrimmage, which is, frankly, kind of a break for the Bulldogs, and a great job by Garrett Cox to fight to that line. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Pettit fakes a handoff and rolls. Looks, being pressured, trying to get away from it.
Run.
Now he's going to have to run. He's at the 30, and he's
face mask.
brought down by his helmet. And no call. It gains 1. But the defender on the play was number 58, Micah Ellis, just grabbed Parker Pettit under his helmet and slung him down. You can't do that either.
Yeah, boy, that looked pretty tough, but maybe he just grabbed him by the body. A lot of those players now like to go high, Chris, and it looked like that a penalty could have been thrown on that play, but obviously from our perspective, it wasn't.
So 3rd down now, and they'll give him 2. So 3rd and 8 coming for the Bulldogs. Big 3rd down conversion for the Sandpoint offense with a 14-0 lead. Pettit fakes the handoff. He's rushed. He steps up inside of it. He's now going to be sacked, and he's going to go down inside the 20 as he's still fighting and probably just needs to go down and give it up. As they sent the blitz, and the Bulldogs couldn't handle it, and now they're going to have to punt it away.
Yeah, again, the Bulldogs just, two series. This series here just really didn't get anything going, and that 1st down play was all that crucial. You got to pick up some positive yards on 1st down, and the Bulldogs just really shot themselves in the foot here, with an opportunity, here late in the 2nd quarter to tack onto this lead.
So Sherrill's going to punt it away, and Moscow's going to get their best field position of the night likely, as Sherrill standing back at his 5-yard line, and it's Lane Hansen all the way back to his 42. So he's banking on Sherrill really getting one off here. 1:29 left till halftime. Snap is back. Rush is on. It's a good kick. It's end over end. It's going to hit at the 50, roll out to about the 40-yard line, and that's where the Bulldogs will down it with 1:15 left. They're just kind of letting the clock roll and not touching it. Now the official blows the whistle. So the Bulldogs bought about 5 seconds out of that maneuver. 1:11 left till halftime. Bulldogs up 14-0, and the strength of this Sandpoint team, the defense, back on the field.
Absolutely. What a great punt there by Sherrill. It looks like Moscow Bears, they feel like they might be able to block a punt.
Yep, they've come after it.
They're really coming after us, and then Blake Sherrill's just one step in a boot. He's getting a nice top spin, Chris, and his 2 punts so far have really just, taken a bounce and rolled forward. It's a great job. He wasn't the punter at the beginning of the year, but
Nope.
He's really taken ownership of that job, and a great job by Blake Sherrill. He's having a fantastic year punting the football.
So Redinger's got Murphy right next to him. 4 wides for Moscow on this 1st down play. Trips to the far side, and the handoff to Murphy up the middle. And Murphy's going to get 2. He gets out to the 42-yard line. Moscow calls timeout with 1:03 left. We'll keep it here and remind you that it's 14-0 in favor of the Bulldogs. And this scoring update is brought to you by Riverside Auto. The deals are downtown in Bonners Ferry and at riversideauto.com. Riverside Auto, a proud sponsor of Bulldog football. Columbia Bank halftime show coming up in a little more than a minute of game time action. And it'll be interesting to see what the Jalapenos stat page brings to us. And of course, Bob Whitty will be talking Idaho Club with Jeff Gove and Associates.
Awesome, yeah. That course is coming a long ways, Chris. They got the new clubhouse.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Finally constructed. It's a beautiful spot. Jeff Gove and the crew out there, James Mice, just really getting things up and running. And hey, if you want to go out there and have brunch or dinner, they are open, serving all comers, for some good food. So it's pretty exciting for the Idaho Club to be where they're at.
So 2nd down and 8 coming after we wrap up this timeout in a pretty quick 1st half, 7:45. And the Bulldogs so far have dominated.
Boy, our stat man, he is the master. Barry Burke, I tell you, Moscow Bears 10 yards of total offense here in the 1st half.
Wow.
Chris.
Redinger now with 2 backs right beside him on 2nd down. They send a man in motion. Redinger looking, throwing deep. He's got a man out there. It is intercepted. Intercepted by the Bulldogs.
No
and
way.
we got a flag down at all the way down at the 25.
If they're going to call PI on that, that is a terrible call.
It was Wes Benefield running with the receiver, and I didn't see any contact, and and it was underthrown and intercepted by. Oh, they're going to call a push against the Bulldogs.
Unbelievable. That's a horrible call, Chris. Unbelievable. Wes Benefield right underneath that pattern, all the way running step to step.
Position.
Perfect position. The ball's severely underthrown. The receiver has to stop, so the contact's going to come because the receiver is going to stop his momentum. There's a little bit of contact, but the ball's already intercepted and going the other way. Terrible call by the
contact was after the interception.
Horrible call.
Yeah, terrible, and it's a bad break for the Bulldogs. 51 seconds left, and Moscow is now to the Bulldog 43 via the penalty. So second life here in this first half and a fresh set of downs with 51 seconds left. See if the Bulldog defense can overcome. Redinger back to pass, looking, throwing, going
push.
Deep. It's going to be intercepted almost again. Once again for the Bulldogs by Trevin Adam. It's going to be second down and 10.
Yeah, a little stop and go there, about 5-yard hitch, and Ellis turns and looks and tries to spin off of Elijah Larson, but Elijah Larson stays in great position, not fooled on that route, and boy, again, Redinger's lucky that ball's not intercepted. But what a bailout call there was for the Bears there on that last play.
So second down and 10 now for the Moscow Bears. Redinger, Lane Hansen right next to him. Redinger, as the leaves blow across the 50-yard line, the wind a little bit out of the north here tonight. 44 seconds left in this first half of play. Glad you're along with us on KSBT and Rock 103. Bulldog football. Winner of this game's headed to the state semifinals. Back to pass. And then Redinger runs out. He's got room. He gets it to the 40. He gets to the 35. He's going to gain about 8. Moscow's going to need a timeout with 33 seconds left. It's going to be a third down and 2 as Redinger just found an opening as the Bulldogs put the rush on and got inside the Bulldog 35.
Yeah, good job right there. The Bulldogs bring pressure again, tag Benefield and Jensen coming up the middle, Chris. And, Redinger's able to sidestep it and see a lot of green grass out in front of him. But, the Bulldogs secondary pulls off the receivers and come up and make a nice stop there on the quarterback.
So third and 2, 30 seconds left, 32 ticks on the clock, 35 yards of real estate for the Bulldogs to defend. So Moscow now, who's down to their last timeout as well. So you've got a pretty key 30 seconds in this game, Jay. If the Bulldogs can somehow escape a score and go into halftime up 14-0 with the ball at the start of the third quarter, you'd feel pretty good. But if the Bears are able to punch one in here, it's a whole new ball game, and the Bears would really have the momentum going into halftime. So Redinger up to the line, now backs into his pistol. 3 wides, 1 back. Fake handoff. No, they do hand it off, and it goes nowhere. It's going to be fourth down as the Bulldogs get the stop. And Moscow's going to have to use their final timeout, I think. Yep, on fourth down. So they tried to run for it, and Benefield and Cox said, nah, I don't think so.
Boy, yeah, just, again, great surge there as the Bears really have no chance of running the football against this Bulldog defense in those traditional sets. The biggest play right there coming from Redinger, the quarterback, for 8 yards. But, again, Bulldogs staying home, filling the gaps, and then allowing tag Benefield to come up and make some plays.
So we got a 4th and 4 coming up now for Moscow after this final timeout of theirs with 23 seconds left in this first half of play. And the Bulldogs have been in control from the get-go. A couple of 3-and-outs, 2 scores on their first 2 drives. Now the offense did grind down a little bit here in this second quarter. But so far the defense has lived up to its billing and has shut Moscow out for the half with just 23 seconds left. So if you're Moscow, you pretty much, with no timeouts left, you've got maybe 2 plays. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try and get something deep, get a completion down near the goal line, or possibly hope for more yellow hankies on the field.
Yeah, absolutely.
4 wides, 1 back. 4th down. The back goes in motion, empty backfield. They throw it deep, and it's going to be incomplete and through the hands of Jonah Ellis. And on downs, the Bulldog defense does it again with 19 seconds left in this first half.
Boy, Adam Buckholz, this is what the Bulldogs, this is what I love about Sandpoint. Here's a kid that, sophomore year, he's playing JV football. Junior year, he's playing JV football. And a lot of kids, that junior year, they're not seeing varsity time. They want to hang it up and go off in the sunset and come and be a spectator. He's stuck with it, Chris. And these are the kind of the things that need to happen with most schools is don't give up. And Adam Buckholz has earned his spot, and he's just had a fantastic year for the Sandpoint Bulldogs.
That's right. He was one of our Mountain West Bank players of the game earlier this season. So with 19 seconds left and 2 timeouts, the Bulldogs don't come out and just down it. They're going for it. And we've got a catch to the outside, and the clock rolls with 13 seconds. Bulldogs call timeout, 12 seconds left as the Bulldogs get to about the 49-yard line as they throw the out pattern to Cody Newhart again. And as it has been all night long, it's good for about 12.
Yeah, absolutely. Another crisp route run by Cody Newhart. He just runs down the field, beats his the corner to the outside. The ball well thrown. Pettit is a perfect 15 for 15, Chris. This is an excellent start, and he's just throwing dimes out there. What a great job, this young sophomore quarterback. He's really came into his own here the last couple of weeks.
That's right, and one thing that we have yet to see that would be nice for the Bulldogs to unload and unveil now is the big play in this half. They've really been a ball control offense in this half, almost like they've been trying to keep it away from Moscow, get it 5, 7, 10, 12 yards at a time. They've yet to even try to strike deep, and if you're going to try it, now might be about that time. So Pettit empties the backfield, 5 wides, standing back at his 43-yard line on this 1st down and 10 with 12 seconds left. Pettit back looking, big rush, rolls, flag down. Pettit has room as he runs. He's across the 40, he's out to the 38-yard line, but this probably going to come back as the Bulldogs going to be flagged for another hold.
Yeah, I think the Bulldogs now will take that 5 seconds, take their 14-point lead, and head into halftime here.
Yeah, that seems likely with the ball going to be marked well back into their territory. Again, pressure coming, and it is the one thing here later in this second half as the spot foul all the way back at the 40 is going to make this, they're going to call it 1st down, but it's 1st down in 10, 20, about 30.
Yeah, Pettit was rolling out. He was about 8-9 yards back in the backfield there when that penalty came. But, El for not, the Bulldogs 14-0.
That's right. Sandpoint leads it by 2 touchdowns as we head into halftime. Sandpoint 14, Moscow nothing. It's state quarterfinal action here on KSPT and Rock 103. And your Columbia Bank halftime show is next. Cody Isaacson.
You know, the Bulldogs here, they're going to have the hands team out here. They're thinking maybe Moscow might be trying to do, they need a spark here, Chris.
Yes.
And they got the hands team up here up front, Chris, maybe expecting a little maybe onside kick. And even the Bulldogs return guys are up.
Yeah, that makes sense. But they kick it deep, and it's going to be taken at the 20 by Kappen on the far side. Kappen breaks into the open. He's at the 40. He's still on his feet, but he's run out of bounds at about the 40. Let's see where they mark him. Are they going to put him right at the 45? Just about there. So Bulldogs, great field position to start this third quarter. And Jay, the drives where the Bulldogs had their most success is where they started in this right around midfield area.
Midfield area, yeah, absolutely, Chris. And what great speed there by Kaplan. He low kickoff, so the coverage wasn't quite down there, but he's able just to sprint out through that middle, Chris, and really get a nice hole and then to the outside. Boy, he's going all the way if he has another yard or two to the outside.
All right, let's see what the offense has here to start this third quarter. What has Coach Thielbar thought up for this first drive here as the Bulldogs look to increase their 14-0 lead here on KSPT and Rock 103. And their first play is a handoff up the middle to Garrett Cox. He breaks a tackle. He's still on his feet. He's got a first down. He's inside the 45. He's down to the 42-yard line. That's about a 14-yard gain on first down. And the Bulldogs quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, just what the Bulldogs want to do. They want to establish this running game, Chris, here in the second half, keep the clock going, and really just chew up some yards. A great little job right there. Again, running behind Durrell and Jensen, Chris, and a big hole and tough run in there by Garrett Cox.
So 1st and 10 Bulldogs back in Moscow territory as the fake claps come. The final signals are employed. Garrett Cox steps right up next to Parker Pettit, who's perfect so far on the night. Another handoff to Cox. He's met in the backfield, but manages to drive forward for a couple. It's going to be 2nd down and 8 at the 40-yard line.
Yeah, again, that time just a defensive end just comes unblocked, Chris, off the edge, and he's able to just scrape down the line of scrimmage and stop Garrett Cox just after 2 yards. Really hitting the backfield, but he's able to kind of keep his legs and churn forward and fall forward for those 2 yards.
So the Bulldogs here with this first possession now are at Moscow's 40. Larson comes in tight in motion. Another hand off to Cox up the middle. Big hole. 40, 30. He needs one block. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. And that's about where he's going to be marked out. 11-yard line. 1st and 10 Bulldogs. And another big gain. 31 yards for Garrett Cox and a giant hole for him to run through.
Boy, again, just right up the middle, Chris. That time coming off Max Knight to center and Durrell on the right guard. And boy, he just finds a huge hole and gets that second level really quick and then outruns everybody. Good job by blocking there by by Cody Newhart downfield. It allows him to get to the edge and pick up a few extra.
So Bulldogs can get a first down at about the 1.5-yard line. 10:40 left here, third quarter. Bulldogs hand it off again. Cox up the middle. Cox drives forward inside the 10 to about the 6-yard line, it looks like. So that's going to be a gain of about 5 on first down as they'll mark him right at the 7. So 2nd and 5. Bulldogs looking to put themselves in a 3-score advantage.
Yeah, Carson Laybourne that time, Chris, and doing a great job just at the guard position. He's able to kick his guy outside the linebacker and allows Cox to work through the middle.
Larson again comes in tight again. Hand off up the middle to Cox. Not much happening this time. He kind of stepped, then tried to accelerate, and there really wasn't much doing there. And it looks like it's going to be 3rd down now as they'll mark him right back to the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, yeah, just again that time Moscow Bears, calling that maybe that goal line defense there. Not a whole lot of room up front there. Looked like Cox had a little lane to the left, to the outside, Chris, a little seam there, but he tries to break it back to the right, but he's just snowed under for no gain on the play.
So 3rd down, 6. Bulldogs heading towards the south end of Barlow Stadium War Memorial Field. Pettit gets the final signals. Here we go. Takes a snap. Hands it off to Cox. Cox tries to get to the outside, and he is not going to get anywhere.
Get it.
So the Bulldogs try to run it on 3rd down. It's going to be 4th down now, and they're going to put the field goal kicking unit on and try to make this a 3-score deficit for Moscow. the old-fashioned way with a field goal.
Yeah, just it looked like Vandenberg and Thielbar to the wide side of the field, Chris, with really one-on-one coverage. One of those guys should be able to get some leverage. One coming in, one going out, and they chose to run the ball again there. 5 straight runs for the Bulldogs, and they get 3 points out of it.
They get 3 points out of it. Kick is up and good. 17-0 Bulldogs. They score their opening possession here in the third quarter. We'll take time out. We'll be back on KSBT and Rock 103 after this. Bulldog football as we're getting set to kick it away. Ila Christofferson set to kick it deep. And twin safeties back once again for Moscow. Looks like Simpson. And the kick comes all the way down inside the 10-yard line to the far side. And a good return up to the 30 for number 7, Lane Hansen. Hansen gets it out to about the 31, and that's where Moscow's offense will take over for the first time here in the second half, looking to improve on 16 yards of total offense through the first 24 minutes.
Yeah, just really off to a slow start offensively is Redinger 2 for 10, Chris, but 16 yards of total offense. That really tells you how good this Bulldog defense is playing tonight.
Well, if you think about it, since halftime of the first game, the Bulldogs have outscored Moscow by, well, when it was 13-7. So you're talking about 34, about 41-7 since then. Redinger, 4 wides, 1 back. Hand off to Murphy. Murphy following, but nowhere to go as he's tracked down from behind by Will Hurst.
Yeah, great job by Will Hurst, the junior. Ton of potential by Will Hurst. He's a big kid, 6'3". He's strong. He's just been working through the progress of just becoming tougher and more physical. He's a newbie to football. He started playing football as a freshman, as a quarterback, and now he's made that switch to defensive end. So, really one of the strongest kids in the weight room, Chris, and it's nice to see him scrape down that line of scrimmage and drop Murphy for no gain.
Yeah, 2nd and 10 coming up for Moscow. Bears, 4 wides, 1 back, and Redinger back to pass. Looking, throwing it out. It is caught. Lots of room on that far side for the receiver on that play. And it is going to be, looks like, number 15, Cody Isaacson, who gets about 12 and a first down.
Yeah, I didn't see the corner out there to that side, Chris, but McCorkle just giving him too much space, Chris. And again, that play takes some time to develop, and even comes out of his break, and he's still got the 5-yard separation. He's got to do a better job of when he comes out of that break and making it driving on that football.
So 1st and 10, empty backfield, back to pass. Redinger throwing it across the middle. It's caught, but it's a very short gain, as right there in the middle was Wes Benefield to snuff it out after the pass was caught for 4 by Jamari Simpson.
Yeah, again, the first time they've completed that pass across the middle, Chris. Again, just right into the teeth of that Bulldogs linebacker crew as tagged Benefield there to make the stop after a 4-yard pass, make it a 5-yard pass completion.
Yeah, they give him a good spawn out to the 50, so 2nd and 5 for Moscow. Looking over to the sideline, waiting for the signal. 3 wides near side. 1 wide to the far side is Jonah Ellis. Redinger with his running back Lane Hansen, who's been in the backfield most of the night. Man in motion, and back to pass is Redinger. They throw the screen, and it is snuffed out, and it's a loss behind the original line of scrimmage as Benefield just destroyed the ball carrier on that play.
Boy, again, here's that Tag Benefield makes a great play there. Blake Sherrill's coming in to cut into the ball, and then a crackback block by one of the Moscow Bears flattens him. And our coaching staff is like, where's the penalty on that? You cannot. It was he got walloped there. Blake Sherrill did, and no penalty on the play. But a great job by Tag Benefield. Again, reading that play right from the get-go.
Yeah, reading the back out of the backfield. It's a loss of 5, 3rd and 11 for Moscow at about their 39-yard line. They need to get to the Bulldogs 45. Actually, they're at the 44. Redinger tries to throw the screen. It's incomplete, almost intercepted as Redinger bailing out. Bulldogs blitz. It's 4th and long.
Boy, Moscow Bears really had the Bulldogs outnumbered here to this side as the receiver comes in motion, sets up, but no Bulldog kicks out. So essentially Elijah Larson's guarding 2 guys as they're running up the field. Lucky break for the Bulldogs as they are able to put pressure on there, not let Redinger to see that advantage of the Moscow Bears and force the Bears to punt here.
So once again, Jonah Ellis, whose biggest impact in this game, Jay, has been as the punter.
Absolutely, and he's been doing a good job of kicking it away from Garrett Cox. Cox only 1 return so far.
Well, let's hope he has a whole bunch more punts. This is high and very short. In fact, it's going to take a good bounce, though, for Moscow inside the Bulldog 30. Darn artificial turf down to the 27-yard line. The turf giveth and the turf taketh away.
Boy, really doing it, again, the Moscow Bears just trying to keep it away from Garrett Cox. And, they're able to get that lucky bounce forward, Chris. But that's one of those 50-50. It could go the opposite way as that ball maybe flew in the air from the line of
20 yards?
15, 20 yards. But they get about another 10 or 15 yards off the roll.
So the Bulldog offense back out there at their own 28-yard line. 17-0 Sandpoint with this scoring update brought to you by Interstate Concrete, a proud sponsor of Bulldog football for more than 30 years. Looks like Braden Kappen in there at tailback on this possession for the Bulldogs with their 4 wides, 2 to each side. And then we've got flags flying and an illegal motion against the Bulldogs. Pre-snap penalty. Boy, tough mistake for the Bulldogs, who set themselves up for 1st and 15. And that is their 7th penalty?
6th penalty. Yeah, 2 procedures, Chris. And, again, the Bulldogs, just can't afford to have those mental errors, Chris. They really want to keep, push it this way. You don't want to go back towards your own end zone.
So 1st and 15 for the Bulldogs. The ball back inside the 25 now. They hand it off to Kappen. Kappen looks to get to the outside. He drives forward. He gets to the 30 almost. So he's going to get that 5 back and another one. So 2nd and 9 coming up. 5:30 left here in this 3rd quarter as the Bulldogs offense looks to chew up yardage and clock on this drive.
Yes, absolutely. Nice. Again, a nice hole open up that right side behind Durrell. Kappen doing a good job picking up positive yards, 6 yards on that gain.
Bulldogs yet to put it in the air here in this 3rd quarter. Field goal drive was all runs. A run on 1st down. Now they're going to throw it. It's going to be incomplete off the hands of Cody Newhart, and it's going to be 3rd and 9.
Yeah, Cody Newhart just comes out of his break. He loses his footing, slips. He gets back up, but the ball's just a little bit too hot for him to handle as it goes off his hands and falls to the ground. But again, Bulldogs looking Newhart's way as they like that matchup.
It's about time for an out and up with Cody Newhart after they've been throwing those outs to him over and over and over again. Guarded by one of the top Moscow defensive guys, Lane Hansen. Bulldogs look like they're trying to run as much time off of the clock as possible between each play. So 3rd and long, here we go. Bulldogs need to get to the 43-yard line. Pettit, back, looking, throwing. He's got a man. It is intercepted by Ellis at midfield. Just a little bit underthrown that time, trying to get it to Braden Kappen into double coverage, and Moscow gets a turnover.
Yeah, again, Coach Thielbar calls that play, Chris, and they've got a deep safety back covered to that side, and they're looking to go deep to Kappen, and just really, no place to really put that football as there's 3 Moscow Bears all around Kappen.
So the 5-yard penalty on the first play really stalls the Bulldogs' drive, and it's kind of been what's been happening to the Bulldogs here since the first couple of drives. And early penalties have put them behind the sticks. So Moscow's offense back out. right at midfield. Handoff to the man coming across the middle. He breaks it out of a tackle, but he's not going to get much, maybe 3. Should have been tackled at the line of scrimmage, but Keith Jensen there was to swallow it up. Hansen after a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, again, I believe it was that Adam Buchholz comes up, he flies over on the motion, he gets contains the outside, has a chance to stop him about a yard for a 1-yard loss, but Hansen does a great job just shaking free and is able to get forward for 3 yards.
So 2nd and 7 for the Bears here. 4:25 left, third quarter. Bulldogs up 17-0. And the Bulldogs then jump off sides. So Moscow draws 2 of the Bulldogs off sides, and it's going to be 2nd down now and 2 as they'll move it down to the Bulldogs 42.
Yeah, the Bulldogs giving the Moscow Bears some life here, Chris, just with 4 minutes and 20 seconds to play in the third quarter. And again, the Bulldogs are our own worst enemy. 7 penalties so far, halfway, just over halfway through this game.
So Redinger has got Murphy standing right next to him. Murphy really hasn't been a factor in this one. They hand it to Murphy. This time Murphy's got a run and a 1st down and more. Cuts it against the grain and is going to be knocked down inside the Bulldog 30 at the 29. So about a 13-yard gain there, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Moscow.
Boy, a little life here by the Moscow Bears. Again, just, they got that motion going across the field. They fake it to Hansen coming across, and they give it to Murphy to the left side where a nice hole opens up, and he gets deep into that defensive backfield for the Bulldogs, and really a big play there by the Bears here in the third quarter.
3:50 and the clock running left in this third quarter on KSPT and Rock 103. Bulldogs right now up 17-0, but Moscow with their best drive of the night so far. Of course, the Bulldogs have been aiding their cause with some penalties. Off the turnover, Moscow again, handoff to Murphy, nothing as Sherrill knifes in, wraps around the legs of Murphy and just says, no thank you.
Blake Sherrill, not a huge stature guy, Chris, but he's tough as nails. He's a wrestler. He's a tough kid. He's a junior. He's really playing on that defensive line, Chris, and he's just tough to block. He has a great low center of gravity, and he's able to really kind of fit through holes where with his quickness and get in that backfield, and does a great job of holding on to Murphy there for no gain.
Yeah, in the pregame show, Coach Knowles really credited Sherrill with the 4th down stop that was so key to the Bulldogs' victory last weekend. So 2nd down and 10, ball at the Bulldogs' 29-yard line. 2:57 left, Bulldogs up 17. Handoff, looking to get to the near side. Pretty good blocking, and then not so much as Sherrill there comes from the inside and knocks down the receiver, Lane Hansen, then flags flying all over the place.
And that should be on Moscow Bears. He's stepping on him. Tag Benefield just trying to get off the ground, and a penalty comes in late, Chris. Really not a whole lot there, other than the Moscow Bear taunting him, as he slammed him to the turf and then gets up and kind of steps over to him, be interesting what they come up with here.
So 3rd down it will be, because this is a post penalty, unless it goes against the Bulldogs, and that would be another key mistake by Sandpoint. We'll see who it goes against. They're talking it over, and now we're going to get the all-important, and I can't see.
Oh, that's a terrible call.
They give it against the Bulldogs, so after a conference, the Bulldogs are going to be penalized again, and Coach Knowles has his hat off, and he's talking to the officials for not, but boy,
I tell you what, the Bulldog fans not happy, and they shouldn't be, Chris. That's just another bad call. And again, the guy in the back, he's in the end zone, Chris. He's the one that throws the flag. He's the same one that threw the pass interference call down here. Just not the right call. It's not his spot on the field to make that call. He needs to stick to his zone.
With the, once again, yardage, and the Bulldogs have 8 penalties now, and Moscow just 2 in this game. And Moscow now has a 1st down inside the Bulldog 20 at the 14-yard line. See if the Bulldog defense can stand up here. Again, handoff to Murphy. Murphy gets up the middle. Murphy's got a nice run inside the 10 to about the 7, and then he's knocked down. It's going to be 2nd down and about 3 or 4. Clock inside of 2:20 left in this third quarter.
Yeah, again, just a another little action to the right, Chris, and they give it to Murphy coming across the middle, and where he finds another nice seam, and he's able to plow forward for 6 yards, Chris. And Moscow Bears looking to put some points on the board here near the end of the third quarter.
So second down, they say 4 for Moscow. Murphy goes in motion. The handoff comes to the near side with room to run, and into the end zone goes Lane Hansen. So on the board for the first time in this ball game, Moscow now 17-6 with 1:45 left. And Moscow, thanks to the stripes, gets a little bit of life here after the turnover. And it would have been, without the penalty, it would have been a 3rd down and 10. And Moscow's been pretty anemic on 3rd and long. And Moscow now going to come in and try and kick the extra point.
Yeah, just the referees really keeping that drive alive for the Bears. The Bears are able to take advantage of it. The coaching staff's got to be really disappointed as these calls are going against them.
So Cody Isaacson in for the extra point. It's no good, not even close. Oh, they say it is good. Wow. I thought it was wide, but it was a low one, but it managed to skate through. 1:45 left. We'll be back after this on KSPT and Rock 103. State quarterfinal action. Chris Chatburn, Jay Vandenberg, Barry Burke on the stats. Bulldogs now up 10, 17-7 as they get the football back. The kick is going to be a short one. It is going to bounce and be taken by Kappen at the 20. Kappen straight up the middle to the 30, to the 35, and out to the 37. And Jay, we're kind of talking about it during the break. Bulldogs need to bring back that offense that they had in the first 2 drives when they just marched right down the field for touchdowns.
Yeah, they kind of went away from some of those quick little outs. Ends, Max Thielbar had 3 catches there in that first or 2 catches in that first quarter for 27 yards, but he hasn't had any looks since. And the Bulldogs really wanting to grind the ball out on the ground here in the third quarter. And Moscow Bears is kind of staying home and come up with the big stops. And then you can't turn the football over either, Chris. And they give the Moscow Bears short field position. So that's in the penalties, 2 costly mistakes there by the Bulldogs.
So here we go on first down. Bulldogs back to pass. Pettit. Now he's going to run as really a design draw. Gets about 4. So Bulldogs will look at a 2nd and 6. Down Bulldogs at the 41.
Yeah, design draw there by Pettit, Chris, and not a whole lot of movement up front there as the Moscow Bears front 3 really doing a good job of just kind of maintaining that line of scrimmage, but Pettit's able to work through for 4 yards.
So 2nd and 4, Pettit looking over to the sidelines for the final signals as we get to a minute left here in this third quarter of play. Pettit back, looking, throwing, throws it well over the head of his intended receiver, Newhart. And the Bulldogs have yet to throw it at anyone besides Cody Newhart in a very, very long time. And now it's a 3rd down and 6 for Sandpoint.
Yeah, Newhart's just, he's got double coverage over there, Chris, and a guy underneath. So, 3 guys all around Newhart, and really nowhere for him to throw the football. Just interesting what this play calling is, how it's going, and the clock stopped on that incomplete pass.
So under a minute left and 3rd down, Bulldogs. Pettit looking, throwing. No, he's going to run for it. He's going to try and tuck it and get the first down. He will. He's across midfield. He's to the 49. They'll mark him 48. So a nice about 9-10 yard gain there for Parker Pettit, who didn't see what he liked, but plenty of room to run, and the Bulldogs keep this drive alive.
Yeah, he's again 3 receivers to the far side of the field, Chris, with Newhart over here on the short side, and they're looking to go deep on a stop and go, Chris. But it looks like Newhart had the guy beat, but Pettit not enough time there as he just rolls to the right and uses his legs again. A nice job there by the sophomore quarterback.
All right, Pettit now 4 wides, equally split on this play. Garrett Cox deep in the eye. The handoff to Cox. He stutters steps. He drives forward. He's going to get 1. And that's about all. So 2nd down and 9 coming.
This should just about take us here to the end of the 3rd, Chris.
30 seconds and the clock rolling. Ball is placed.
Yeah,
Bulldogs are going to let this one run out. And they'll think about what's going to happen and get to the 4th quarter of play. As the officials now will gather, the Moscow Bears will go off to the far side. Under 10 seconds left. And the officials talking with Jay.
Score 3 times, Chris. But the Bulldogs just, really just keeps his chains moving, pick up first downs, and they're done.
Handoff to fake to Cox. Pettit keeps it. He's going to run inside the 40 down to about the 38. Very close. In fact, that should be enough for a oh boy. Yeah, they sparred it back outside the 38. But the Bulldogs still get the first down. Just enough. So 1st and 10, and then 10-yard run by Pettit there.
Yeah.
And beautifully done there. Nice fake to Cox up the middle.
Again, that play's been open all year. That's it's called Indiana. And, they've always handed it off to that back coming in the middle. But that time they're giving Pettit the option to keep it, and he does a great job of reading that defensive end and finds the seam.
So 1st and 10. Handoff this time to Cox up the middle. He drives across the 30. He's down to the 38-yard line. That's going to be close to yet another Bulldog first down. They'll give him 9. So 2nd down and 1 coming for the Bulldogs as they're now inside Moscow's 30.
Boy, it's like every time Cox gets tackled, they mark the ball back 1 yard where he falls down. Easily out to that 28-yard line, Chris, but they mark it back a yard.
So 2nd and 1. Again, Bulldogs 3 wides. Larson tight. Handoff to Cox. Tries to get to the outside. He's there. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He gets a block and cuts inside it at the 10. He's at the 5. It's 1st and goal for the Bulldogs after the 24-yard run for Garrett Cox. And the Bulldogs, we asked for the score, Jay. Bulldogs are just 5 yards away from providing it.
Absolutely. That clock will continue to run here. The Bulldogs, a great job again, just blocking on that. Marcus Anderson seals the deal out there. Elijah Larson and Cody Newhart doing a great job of blocking downfield. Allows Cox to get to the outside, Chris. And boy, he is a load to bring down once he gets out there one-on-one. You're just not going to bring him down, and he does a lot of hard work there.
All right, Sandpoint 1st and goal. Delay. Cox drives, tries to get towards the end zone, is going to come up a little bit short. mark him at the 1 yard line, 2nd and goal. So they put him down at about the 7, actually. So he gained 6 to the 1, 2nd and 1 for the Bulldogs. As the clock rolls, it'll be inside 10 minutes just about by the time the Bulldogs run this play.
The Bulldogs just don't shoot, don't hurt themselves with the penalty here. Let's get it in the end zone.
Cox is stuffed in the backfield as shooting in and making the tackle for Moscow is Nick Miller, and it's a loss on the play back to the 5. It's 3rd and goal.
Yeah, again, miss assignment there. I didn't catch it as either Durrell or Jensen over there. It allows the slant for that defensive tackle to come through there, and really Cox no options here. Let's see if the Bulldogs don't dial up a little rollout to that wide side of the field where Vandenberg and Thielbar are, and give him a chance to maybe run it or throw it.
Pettit rolls out, looking. He's got Thielbar open. It's caught for the touchdown. Great call by Jay. Thinking along with Jeremy Thielbar, the offensive coordinator. Bulldogs increased to a 23-7 lead. Just what you ordered.
Just a huge answer, Chris. And again, I like they go back to Thielbar and Vandenberg. Vandenberg does a good job of just running his guy out to that corner pylon, allows Thielbar to work from the inside out where he's got single coverage, beats the guy to the short side of the end zone. Ball well thrown, Pettit out of the pocket, easy throw and catch.
Well, I've been holding this off for most of the game because I didn't really want to talk about it as the extra point is up and good. But if the Bulldogs win, they're headed south next weekend. We'll get you the details when we return. Bulldogs up 24-7 here on KSPT and Rock 103.
Wherever you're headed, Columbia Bank has the people and resources to help you get there. Longtime experts, lifelong nice people, and real humans answering their phones. Columbia Bank is committed to providing all the services required to help build strong Northwest community. Recently awarded the J.D. Power Award for highest in customer satisfaction with retail banking in the Northwest, Columbia Bank is also a proud supporter of Sandpoint High School sports. Stop by any branch or check them out online at columbiabank.com. Hello, this is Scott. Yes, hi. At Albertson Barlow Insurance Services, we have 42 years of combined experience and are very proud to provide the Sandpoint area with quality, competitive companies. Commercial coverage. Scott and I are available to assist.
A warm patch in southeastern Idaho next week. We're back on KSPT and Rock 103. Bulldogs up 24-7. Christofferson kicks it, and it's going to be picked up and downed actually at about the 33-yard line by one of the up men. That's where Moscow takes over. Once again, down by 17.
Yeah, again, just Christofferson, the Bulldogs, just keeping away from their return guys. This is the point you want that offense to move the ball down the field, not give up a big kickoff return, Chris, as they keep it away from their return guys, get that defense. And other than this last drive, Chris, which was really done in by a couple penalties, Chris, it allowed the Bears to keep their drive alive. But the way this Bulldog defense is going, it's going to be tough sledding here for the Moscow Bears.
Redinger now with 4 wides and Murphy standing right next to him on this first down, back to pass. And he throws, looks deep, and it's incomplete. Trying to get it out there to number 15, Cody Isaacson, and it was over his head, well defended by Luke McCorkle. 42-21. Skyline, a victor over Napa. So if the Bulldogs hold on to this 17-point lead, Jay, we're headed as far away where you can go and still pretty much be in the state of Idaho, essentially.
Yeah, absolutely. They've been there before, Chris, and it's a road trip. But hey, Bulldogs in a situation here to clinch that ticket into the semifinals, and what a great season they've had so far.
This is a run to Murphy, and Murphy is snowed under for a loss, trying to move to his left towards the wide side of the field, and just nothing doing. One of the Moscow linemen, Caden Kiblin, comes up a little gimpy, and they'll send in a replacement. So it's 3rd and 12 for Moscow. And if you're Moscow with 9 minutes left, down 3 scores, this is 4 down territory.
4 down territory for them if they want to stay in this game. Chris. And so the Bulldogs, just stay to the base defense, keep doing what they've been doing. The corners have done a great job of locking down the receivers. Just don't give up the huge play.
So 3rd down, 12. See if the Bulldogs bring pressure here on this down. Just 3 rush. Back to pass. Now running. Redinger spinning around. Still on his feet. He's going to be chased. He's still on his feet. Now he's going to load up and throw it downfield. It is almost caught. Double coverage by Jonah Ellis. And it's going to be 4th down and 12. What a play by Redinger just to keep it alive.
Whew. Boy, he traveled a lot of miles, Chris.
Yes,
and I can't believe that there was no holding call or there looked like a block in the back as looked like Benefield was getting after him. He just got shoved from behind, Chris, and no flag on the play. But great job there by Elijah Larson sticking with the intended receiver Ellis and putting the Moscow Bears in a really tough situation. And Redinger, I mean, shoot, he's got to be gassed as he just ran around from lots of pressure by the Bulldogs.
Well, our older listeners will get this one. That was a Fran Tarkenton-esque runaround there in the backfield. And we've got a timeout. Bulldogs going to call it here. We'll keep it here and let you know that this scoring update is brought to you by the Dairy Depot. Pretty much not this entire game, but here we go. 4th down and 12. Redinger, empty backfield with 5 wide receivers.
Like to see the Bulldogs spy Redinger. He's been pretty elusive, Chris. You know darn well they're going to be looking to Isaacson or Ellis here on this play as the Bulldogs will be double teamed over the top.
Redinger back, looking, throwing. Throws a wounded duck that is going to be incomplete, knocked away by Luke McCorkle. Well underthrown, and the Bulldogs will take over at Moscow's 33-yard line.
Boy, great job by McCorkle. You know, McCorkle's had a tough year, Chris. You know, he's been picked on a lot. You know, and when you have a guy like Elijah Larson opposite of you, you know, teams are going to come your way. And boy, you know, Junior getting this, you know, he was wide receiver, moved him over to the corner side just with the depth at the receiver, and they needed his athleticism. But he's really come along. He struggled at time, Chris, but that time, what a great job by Luke McCorkle.
Yeah, he was in perfect position, knocked it away and down, and the ball fell harmlessly to the turf. And now for the Bulldogs, 8:17 left, and they are closing in on putting the capper on this one as Kappen is in at tailback on this 1st down, and he gets the handoff. Looking to get to the outside, cuts inside a good block. He's at the 30, he's at the 25, he's to the 24. That's going to be a gain of 9 on 1st down.
Again, Elijah Larson, and he's on his block, does a great job of blocking downfield, Chris, but you gotta have your heads up and you gotta lay off when you know, once that whistle blows. But no flag on the play, but great effort there by Elijah Larson, doing a great job blocking.
So 2nd and 1 coming for the Bulldogs, who have the ball back inside the 25-yard line after one play. Moscow had to do it. They had to go for it on 4th down. They just couldn't punt it away. But when they were unable to come up with it, it just sets the Bulldogs up in prime position, up 24-7. And what a defensive performance this team has put on tonight. Handoff, Kappen again, has a 1st down and more to the 20-yard line, down,
Fumble.
but the ball's loose. See who has it here. They're saying no indication yet. Beanbag seems to mean there's a fumble on the way. Kappen is walking off.
Looks like
It looks like the Bulldogs came up with it.
Yeah, boy, you got to hold on to that football, Chris. You know, we talk about this. You know, you and I were talking before the game started. You know, really got to limit the turnovers, and you can't put the ball on the turf here. in this situation here midway through that fourth quarter.
No. Even with 7 minutes left, a turnover. It's the only way that Moscow scored. They got the interception. Of course, that was at midfield, but still, a turnover is the only thing that can breathe life into this Moscow Bear hopes right now, because with 7 minutes left, the Bulldogs are in complete control. Up by 17 and with the football. Hand off to Cox. Cox at the 20. Cox at the 10. Cox at the 5. Still on his feet. He is into the end zone for the touchdown. Not to be denied, Garrett Cox. The Bulldogs make it a 37 ball game.
Boy,
time to start Googling hotels down south, Jay, because the Bulldogs are up big time with just 6 minutes and 51 seconds left.
Boy, again, Marcus Anderson's out to the outside. They get a nice pull block there by, I believe it was Laybourne, Chris, and boy, then some nice blocking by Newhart and Elijah Larson to the outside allows Cox to get really outside, and this nobody's going to bring him down in that open field, Chris, and touchdown. Great effort.
Well, the Bulldogs put up 31 on Moscow 3 weeks ago. They've hit that mark again. 6:51 left, fourth quarter. Bulldogs cruising here on KSPT and Rock 103.
Proud to be 100% employee. For a list of current job openings.
Here we are on KSPT and Rock 103, and the party's starting for the Bulldogs, who are up 31-7 and are just about 6.5 minutes away from really having themselves a pretty happy night if they can hold on to this now ever-increasing Bulldog lead.
Absolutely, Chris. You know, the Bulldogs doubling it up on yards. Now they're up over 300 yards of total offense here through a quarter and a half, 150 in the first half. Now they're at 308 yards, Chris. Really, that offense is really coming alive and really doing some damage against the Bears. And, you know, the defense is just holding strong. It's really interesting to see Jonah Ellis really quiet tonight. Again, you know, 10 catches the first time around. Boy, he's been pretty – he hasn't been involved as much as I'm sure the Bears have. And credit that to Elijah Larson.
So here comes Moscow with their four wides. Redinger now on first down is back to pass. They look for Ellis and then throw it across the middle. It's caught. Going to be a short gain, about 8 right down the middle. Trying to get it to Isaacson. Hit as soon as he catches it, and it's going to be a 2nd down and 1.
Yeah, skinny post just across the middle. Receiver gets leverage, gets inside of McCorkle, and a pretty well thrown ball that time by Redinger to Isaacson.
So Ellis, whose biggest impact, we've said this already, has come as the punter, but his night as a punter is over, as Moscow proved on their last possession. They'll be going forward if they get into any 4th down situations, more than likely, as the clock now down to 6 minutes left. Bulldogs in the lead, 31-7. Another pass. This time Ellis catches it. He's down to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st down and a gain of about 13.
Yes.
Clock continues to run with after the spot of the ball.
And the Bulldogs, you know, still being pretty aggressive. That time Ellis is able to beat his guy in the inside, just kind of coming straight across the field, about 8 yards downfield, pick up a 1st down, and does some good running there after the catch.
So 1st and 10. Man in motion, but Redinger's back to pass. He's got a man wide open out of the backfield and nobody there. And it's going to be a catch and run inside the Bulldog 20 down to the 19. That's a flashback to earlier in the season where the back just sneaks out of the backfield and is wide open.
Boy, yeah, again, little confusion there by the linebackers, I believe, not picking up Murphy coming out of the backfield. Big plays here, not taking the Moscow Bears too long to get down here in the scoring territory. The Bulldogs really got to tighten up here, Chris, and let that clock continue to run off as Murphy was able to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
Yeah, running clock most definitely the Bulldogs' friend. Moscow with all 3 timeouts, but a lot of ground to make up as they hand it to Murphy, and he gets nothing. Back to the original line of scrimmage. Might fall forward for a half a yard, but that's about it. As the clock continues to run, signals come into the sidelines. Moscow doesn't seem to be in too all fired of a big of a hurry right now, having to come up with 4 scores to get back into this one, and just 5 minutes left.
Boy, yeah, tough sledding here for the Bears, but again, if they're able to punch it in, Chris, look for an onside kick, and goofy things can happen.
Redinger back, looking, throwing it out on. It is caught, and a nice catch. Pretty good coverage by McCorkle. First down yardage inside the 10, but that ball just thrown high into the outside for Isaacson where only he could catch it.
Yeah, again, McCorkle, pretty good, decent coverage there, but a pretty well thrown football as he just works his way down the field about 15 yards, and ball thrown high, and Isaacson makes a great fine grab, and McCorkle just a little late getting his hand into the catching zone to bat the ball away.
So first and goal for Moscow inside the 5. Reniger's going to keep it and run up the middle, and he's going to dive for the touchdown. So 31-13 Moscow, 4:39 left. Moscow, let's see, 15. Yeah, they're going to have to go for 2. That would put them within 16.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns.
And yeah,
right?
so that keeps it a 3-score game, but it doesn't look like they're going for
Boy,
it.
he's not doing the math, Chris, at all.
He's not doing the math.
Yeah, an extra point here does not help them out.
No, it makes it 31-14. That's a 17-point deficit. Don't get that. Extra point is up, and it's blocked anyway.
And even a worse deal there. Really, you just got to put the math to that, Chris. That's a 2-point conversion try, for the Bears that they just don't pay attention, and the Bulldogs come up with a big block, and now the Moscow Bears, now the field goal is negated. Tied out.
So 4:30 left, and the Bulldogs up comfortably 31-13. Again, as they have been the entire second half, the hands team is out there. And this time I would suspect that we're going to see some shenanigans for Moscow, as Isaacson is going to be doing the kicking. Bulldogs shift around a bit before that. Here's the squib kick that's loose. Bulldogs jump on it. Sherrill again, who's had another good night at the 49-yard line. Bulldogs take over, 1st and 10.
Yeah, great job there by Blake Sherrill. Coach is pretty pumped up. Blake Sherrill's just coming up with big plays tonight, Chris, and that Bulldog offense back on the field here, wanting to probably now run the football, keep it on the ground, let the clock tick, make Moscow start using some of those timeouts.
So make sure you keep it here throughout the week on KSPT and Rock 103. We'll tell you when game time will be. We don't know that yet. With 4:30 left and the Bulldogs up big, we're anticipating a matchup with Skyline. Don't know where either. I've heard Madison, where they have a nice stadium, possibly the old Idaho State Dome, maybe. We'll see. There's going to be a handoff to Kappen. Kappen met immediately, but he turns around, backs himself into a yard. 2nd and 9 coming, and we've got timeout on the field, I believe. Moscow calls it. We'll take time out as well, and we'll be back here on KSPT and Rock 103 in 60 seconds. Litzinger.
Organic food section. Yelps is part of your life and part of our community. Yelps Fresh Market.
On a second down, here come the Bulldogs, handing it to Garrett Cox up the middle. Cox spins down after a gain of 1. Moscow calls another timeout with 4 minutes and 25 seconds left. That means they only have 1 left. And if the Bulldogs can get a first down, they can pretty much put an end to this sucker.
Yeah, you get a first down here, Chris. You third down and long. Again, you're kind of tempted to maybe throw the football here again. Look for maybe the rollout to Thielbar's side of the field with Vandenberg, and they haven't thrown to Vandenberg yet. They've been kind of playing a little lax on him, so maybe look at him maybe on a curl pattern or something. But again, that might be a little bit risky. You want to keep it conservative, maybe keep it on the ground, make them burn that last time out, punt it away. They've got a lot. They've got to do a lot of things.
They do, and if you get a first down, they have to do a lot more.
Right.
So at this point, if it was 21-13.
Oh yeah, now you're aggressive.
You're a lot more aggressive. I think that at this point, you might. I like your plan of rolling out your quarterback, having him run, and hey, he has the
if
option.
Somebody's wide open,
yep.
hey, throw it. If not, hey, you're gonna keep it. Try to pick up some positive yards, get the first down, hopefully. But if not, keep it, stay in bounds, and make them use that last.
Yeah,
time.
Parker Pettit's got a real smart head on his shoulders. He's a great decision maker. Put it in his hands. And with all that, they hand it to Garrett Cox, who's going to be pretty darn close to first down yardage. So you're on Moscow's side of the field. It's going to be a 4th down and about 2, and the offense stays out for the Bulldogs. Moscow's going to disdain the timeout for now, and that means the Bulldogs will either continue it or give it up with about 3.5 minutes left in this one.
And Bulldogs will probably let this clock run down, take a timeout, use up all the clock here, Chris, and then maybe punt it.
I like the Parker Pettit pooch punt situation as the Bulldogs call timeout. If there's not something that you like with 3:44 left, and Sandpoint, frankly, we're surmising a lot of things, but it would be a catastrophe of unprecedented proportions for the Bulldogs to find a way to not advance to next week with a lead this large and the clock that small.
Yeah, I remember 2 years. Kind of that same similar situation, but, obviously not the start of the fourth quarter.
Yeah, 18-point lead with 3:44 left. Should be safe. Here we go, Bulldogs. 4th down and 2. See if they're content to let Pettit do his punting thing, or if they're really going to go for it. They're really going for it, and Cox is going to get it. He's across the 40. He's down to the 36-yard line, and that means that's all that Moscow's pretty much going to be able to do. Even if they call a timeout, they get the ball back with such little time. They probably have not enough time to get one score up, let alone multiple scores. So 3:30 in the clock rolling. Bulldogs going to take on the #1 team in the state next week in 4A, Skyline, down in their neck of the woods. And I'm psyched.
I'm pumped up, Chris.
I need a road trip.
Yeah, you know, and this coaching staff to be able to think at the beginning of the year they're going to be playing in the semifinals of the 4A, you know, after losing that great group of seniors from last year, Chris, is what a great job of coaching that these guys, they kept the guys going. Just a wonderful job.
Garrett Cox up the middle for 2 yards, and Moscow will spend their last timeout. It will be in vain, as the Bulldogs lead it 31-13 and have this one salted away. It's in the refrigerator.
It is, Chris, and again, you know, Garrett Cox, what a great game he's had tonight, Chris. Just running hard. You know, there's tough 2 yards. You know, you get that first down. He's able to get 4 and you know, really running into the heart of that Moscow defense, and he's still able to pick his way and fall forward, get and pick up 4 yards for that big first down on 4th and 2. Gutsy call by Theo Bard and the staff, but you know, I must say, man, boy, Garrett Cox has looked really good running the football tonight.
That's right, and he's doing double duty because he's been playing in the on the defense, and it's been you know, he's been the guy who's been running with Ellis when he's lined up in the slot, and Elijah Larson hasn't been on him.
Right, no, absolutely, you're correct, Chris. And you know, when you get out to these leads, you know, allows you to put other personnel in and give Garrett Cox a break in between, you know, from every other series.
So Cappin in now at tailback, and he's going to get the run. He's trying to get to the outside, cuts it back inside wisely, and gains virtually nothing. But that's a moot point, as the clock is going to run here on 3rd down to nearly under 2 minutes. So if the Bulldogs are not able to get a first down, the best Moscow is going to be able to do is about 1:20 left before they're able to procure the football. And that's not going to be enough time to overcome the Bulldogs. And, Jay, you know, we talked about it before at the start. You know, the Bulldogs, the first game against Moscow really was a playoff game. Lakeland really was a playoff game. And, you know, then you get to the actual playoffs. You advance, you survive Hillcrest, and you really dominate Moscow tonight. Cox back in, and he's up the middle, and he's got first down yardage and more. Cannot be stopped as he rumbles inside the 25 to the 24 for a gain of 13.
Boy, coaching staff, they know they got it now, Chris. This game, a couple knees by the quarterback and put this away, and the Bulldogs going to clinch it, win the quarterfinals, off in the semifinals.
Yeah, and Coach Steelbar giving the signal you always like to give if you're an offensive coordinator, the V victory play formation call. So we're closing in.
Boy, in the long snap, you know, the shotgun formation.
Out of the shotgun, yeah.
Interesting.
Under 1:40, and Pettit just stands there, waits, and drops. Runs about 4 or 5 extra seconds off the clock. Drops down at the 45 with 1:25 left. So a couple more of those, and this game will be in the bag for the Sandpoint Bulldogs. We've got your Mountain West Bank post-game show coming up. We'll talk with a victorious Coach Knowles. Hear the victory bell, and we'll have your Jalapeno stat page as well. Our final thoughts as we get set to send the Bulldogs off into a very happy good night. Now another kneel with 51 seconds left. Talk to you in the morning. Once again, we thank our stat man, Barry Burke, who did a great job coming up and giving us the stats tonight. Last snap of the ball, and the Bulldogs are victorious, 31-13, advancing to the state semifinals, where they will take on Skyline. Your Mountain West Bank postgame show is on the way next in 2 here on KSPT and Rock 103.
So when you're done, just pull that down, right?
Postgame show is on the way next in 2 here on KSPT and Rock 103.
All right, test 1 2, test 1 2, test 1 2.
Learn more at watrust.com/awesome. Washington Trust Bank, member FDIC. The Dairy Depot is open 24 hours a day to serve you. Phone your orders orders in ahead at 263-9136. And your hot food items, favorite beverage, and snacks will be ready for you at the drive-through window. On the Dover Highway in Sandpoint, the Dairy Depot.
For all of your Hi, this is Lenny with 7B TV. 7B TV and Blitz Network are proud to be Sandpoint Bulldogs football sponsors. As a 1976 high school graduate, myself and my crew here at 7B TV are invested in the Sandpoint community and supporting local causes through the Dish Cares initiative. Please remember to shop local and come see us at 105 South 3rd Avenue or call 208-263-7B-TV. Go Bulldogs!
Why do I drink milk?
Milk rehydrates my body after I work out.
Milk has the protein I need to build muscle.
Milk helps me maintain a lean body mass.
Milk helps my muscles recover and stay strong.
Milk has the carbohydrates I need.
Got me up there?
Milk replaces important electrolytes
Hey.
that I lose when I sweat. As an athlete at Boise State,
I learned that every sip is a victory.
what do you drink?
What do you drink? What do you drink?
Milk Victory. Brought to you by United Dairymen of Idaho. High school sports are challenging enough. Isn't that trying to play it and coach it in the year 2020? That's just crazy. That's why Mountain Bank is so proud of all the players, coaches, cheerleaders, students, administrators, parents, and fans of Sandpoint Bulldogs for all their hard work and support in the effort to get their teams ready to play this season. It says a lot about your determination and grit when facing an overwhelming challenge.